Hello and welcome back to the Eyes of Ode Gaming channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I have another older game in my What Is It and Is It Worth It game review series. In this video I will go through the various aspects of the game, trying my best to avoid spoilers for new players, and give examples of similar games as well as my personal opinion as to whether I would recommend the game with a thumbs up or thumbs down, and if I personally enjoyed it. I won't be giving a number rating to the game as many other channels do, as I find this to be a very arbitrary way of rating games, which like any other entertainment is completely subjective, and instead I prefer to give enough info for you to make a decision on your own if you would like to go forward with picking up this title for yourself. Today's game we are looking at is Mad Max the Game. Mad Max was developed by Avalanche Studios and published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment and released back in 2015. So this game has been out for at least 5 years, so it's at least 5 years old by the time you're watching this video. And we're going to look at the game and see how does it hold up today. So to give you a bit of background, Mad Max is set in an apocalyptic wasteland after a catastrophic failure of modern society. If you've seen the newest film in the series, Mad Max Fury Road, then the environment, NPCs, and enemies will all feel aesthetically very similar. However, even as a fan of the older films in the franchise, it will still look and feel very true to the core Mad Max concepts. Although many of the storyline missions feel unique in their presentation to the player, most are going to feel very similar and repetitive. Typically drive to a destroyed location, you're forced to get out on foot and deal with enemies in hand-to-hand combat, and then you collect an item and return to the quest giver. There's a few notable exceptions to this, with some escort-style missions thrown in, and some very cleverly designed missions where you end up in claustrophobic driving sequences, which are absolutely great in their look and feel, and they really help to diversify an otherwise repetitive experience. There are base improvements in the game, though I wouldn't call it a base building in the traditional sense, as they're merely add-ons to make the base more effective. The only choice involved is if you want to collect the actual necessary items to create them. You don't actually get a choice in which add-ons you want to go with or the placement. I do recommend getting the add-ons, however, as the quality of life improvements gained from them really do make them worthwhile to pick up. For most of the game, you'll be doing side quests which break down into outpost liberations, destruction of specific targets, and clearing out mines. The outpost liberations can be a lot of fun, and when you take control of them, they do have a positive effect on your playthrough. However, you're never going to feel inclined to visit a specific camp again unless there's a collectible which you missed and want to go back for completion. So driving between these tasks, you'll be greeted by a barren, dry desert wasteland, which has a dark and dreary beauty to it. Personally, I found that the graphics have really held up well and are still quite beautiful in many instances. The weather system included really takes full advantage of this, and I found that it is probably one of the most unique and enjoyable aspects of the game. Unlike most games that the changing weather is essentially just changing how the game looks, the weather in Mad Max is another obstacle all on its own. Lightning can kill, wind can whip you around and your enemies, and dust storms will obscure your vision, making it impossible to see where you're going. I played the game on Xbox and I did find the control scheme to be somewhat unintuitive. However, after playing around for some time, I was able to get a handle on it and it wasn't too terribly off-putting. In terms of what games would I compare it to, definitely the Middle-earth franchise, which includes Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, and I also got some Ubisoft Far Cry and Assassin's Creed vibes. The similarities in liberating zones like Far Cry's outposts and accessing the high up locations to scout out and mark points of interest on the map felt very similar to Middle-earth Towers, or even the synchronization in Assassin's Creed. Also the destruction of specific enemy targets, which has become quite ubiquitous with these styles of games, are all included in this one. So would I recommend the game? Yes, I would. I definitely enjoyed it. It feels more like an old school open world adventure game where you plug through a series of tasks. This game does not present you with moral choices, and there is little in the way of sandbox aside from vehicle upgrades. So if you're looking for a classic fun action adventure game that can still feel slightly repetitive in some sequences, but doesn't try to be something that it's not, I would definitely recommend checking out this title. It's not revolutionary, but somewhere in the higher mid-tier of fun games. So I really hope you enjoyed that video, and it could help if you were trying to make a purchase decision from it. If so, please consider liking the video and also subscribing to the channel. I create and upload a variety of different gaming related videos on the channel, and your support really inspires me to continue creating. I even have walkthroughs and strategies for Mad Max, so if you need some help, definitely check those out as well. If you'd like to see me playing this or other games in live stream, feel free to follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/eyesofode. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care.
Behold, what treasure is bestowed upon us from above!